So, as we draw to a close, this was really a good season. They really made up for me what happened last season because I couldn't stand last season. So, let's talk about this finale.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What,
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is American Horror Story Cult. It's season 7. It's episode 11. This is the finale. Like I said, this more than made up for last season, which I could not stand Roanoke. I couldn't get past. I did what a episode and a half of Roanoke. Couldn't do it. I love this though. So let's talk about how this all ended up. We start right off and we're wondering what the hell, how do we get here with Kai being in jail? He's literally in jail. He's still crazy as the Dickens. He's walking around with the Charles Manson alter ego following him around on his shoulder. And you notice right away that he's already in there. He's already continuing to manipulate and carry on his cult, and they're calling him divine, calling himself the divine order, calling him the divine leader, and carrying on. And he's just still killing folks in the jail and everything. There was this whole little scene where two guys come and they get him. Well, he was in the room with a security guard, this black girl. And he's manipulating her, talking to her, and then tells her, let me see them big biker tits. You know, this, that, and the other. And you notice in his interaction with her, he's always kind of demeaning her about her weight. She's a big girl. So he's kind of always demeaning her about her weight, but he has that whole seduction thing going on over top of her. And you can see the sexual tension thing between them. And she's a security guard or a prison guard, and you showing him your boobs. Little skinny white boy. I said, girl, check I said, a mess. A hot mess. And he literally was sitting with her. Two guys come, so they need to see him. He's like, oh, it's okay, it's all right. So they go on out. And the one guy is, the both of them are like from I think it's the Aryan order, you know, because of course, you know, when you're in jail, there's the Mexicans and then there's the black folks, and they're generally Muslims. Then you have that Aryan order, you know, the skinheads, and everybody's all sectioned off with their bull crap. And the little Aryan order ain't feeling him, you know, because he got a little thing where he got everybody. He got all types of races in his little divine order. So they ain't feeling him. Well, the ones that are leading and the other one, you know, they're big guys. He's saying this, that, thing, and the other, and they go in there and he's beating Kai up, you know, and Kai's like, okay, well, before you kill me, because of course he came to kill him, before you kill me, can you write a letter? No, after you kill me, can you write a letter to my girlfriend? She's the best piece of ass that I ever had. And he laughs and says, yeah, I can do that. You know, just raunchy. Yeah, I can do that. He said, what's her name and her address? He gonna say, what? You don't know your mother's name and address? Child, he beat the shit out of Kai. I said, oh my God, beat the shit out of Kai. And while he was doing that, the other guy took and stabbed him in his back and killed him. And he's like, yes, divine leader, this, that, thing, the other. He was a plant. He was a plant. And he told him, he said, well, you know that with all of this, I love you and this, that, thing, that, you know, talk that shit to him. So, you know, I'm going to have to kill you, right? But you're going to be dying for the divine order, this, that, thing, the other. He got right down on his knees and let Kai slit his throat. I said, child, he could find the crazies, honey. And that's when you see the little Charles Manson dude. I'm like, oh, God. So that's a whole mess. So that's what's going on. Then we actually see a meeting that he's actually having. And we see this guy come in, and his name is Rimshot, is what he ends up naming him, Rimshot. And that'll make sense in a little bit. I'm going to tell you, goddamn Rimshot. I said, Lord have mercy. So he comes, and he's just like a little white guy, and he killed a child. He's like a child. He killed a child and disposed of the body, but got caught in all of this. So, of course, you know, he was getting, like he said when he came over there, I get the shit kicked out of me every day. I need protection. So Kai ends up taking him on and everything. And I'm like, yeah, he's real easy to manipulate, because that's what Kai told him. You're a coward. You know, you killed a child, then try to dispose of the body. You're a coward. And he's like, yes, I am. I'm tired of getting the shit kicked out of me every day. So they go through all that. So we got that going on. And that's right then we kind of see what's actually going on. And he ends up asking Kai, how did a guy like you end up stuck in here and then rise to power like this? And he's like, oh, well, I'll tell you. And he said, you know, I got ratted out by a dirty, filthy rat. So then that takes us back 18 months into the past. So I said, okay, come on, Ryan Murphy, let's get this together. So what ends up happening is we go back, we see what's going on with Allie and Kai. And it goes to this whole thing that, remember, they want to do this night of 1,000 kills, but it ends up being, instead, it turns out to be a night of 100 kills instead. Kai had it all together. They had a plan to kill 100 pregnant women. Okay? Recreating some of Charles Manson's mess. And it's like, we're not going to be messy like Charles. We're going to kill them all. Them and the baby. So he's literally going through a training for the guys of how to kill the woman and the baby and get it all in one cut. You know, how you got to stab and pull down to make sure you get the baby too. I said, okay. And they're like all in there, and they're like, okay, they got kill kits and they got a gun in there, and they're like, the husbands, you kill them first. They go first. Kill their husband first, blow their head off, and then you kill her and the baby. It's like, all right. So in the midst of all of this going on, you know, Allie is standing around because she's this woman now. And we still got Beverly. Beverly's the only female left. There's only Beverly left. Beverly and Allie. So Beverly's back there cooking. They're making dinner. Beverly has completely lost it at this point. She stands there and literally begs Allie to kill her. She's like, please just kill me. I was part of the ruining of your life. This, that, thing, and the other. Please just take mercy on me and just kill me. She got the butcher knife in her hand and all that. Just crack it out. And we could see that Beverly was going down that hole, you know. And she's like, no. I'm not going to do that. Just hold on just a little bit longer, Beverly. Just a little bit longer. Trust me. Just hold on a little bit longer. So I'm like, okay. So she's like, you're going to get your will back to live. Just come on. Just hold on. So Beverly's sitting around looking all crazy and stupid. And Allie goes and she pulls Kai and tells Kai, let me show you something. And she shows Kai the wire that she took off of Speedwagon. Then we flip back in time again to see what ended up happening in the car. Because remember, when we ended last week, we ended with her and Speedwagon in the car. She rode up on Speedwagon. Speedwagon was a plant by the state police. He was this little green, little white kid, little rich white kid that had got caught with a bunch of, I think it was barbiturates, just some drugs. And they end up, they kind of knew a little something about Kai, and they didn't know he had all that going on, but they set him in as a plant. That's why we always will see Speedwagon kind of in, but not in, kind of always seeming as though he could see that the shit that was going on with Allie was just wrong, because he wasn't down with it at all. He was a plant. So he's reporting back to them, and he can't get out. You know what I mean? He can't get out. He's like, he's going to kill me. You know, he just got so overtaken with fear. He's like, he is going to kill me. He's like, I'm not down with this shit. It's like, this is crazy. He is crazy, and he's getting crazier. So Allie was like, okay. So that's what she told Speedwagon. She's like, no. You're not going to get killed. He tells her the whole story. He gives her the whole information. And basically, you know, she comes clean to Speedwagon. They're in the car. He tells her, you know, this, that, and the other. And then that's when she says, I was also giving information. And I was also kind of pulling information and giving information to the police about Kai as well. But then once I got placed into the nut house, you know, something went on, and it just kind of, she wasn't a good asset anymore. She wasn't a good asset. She didn't have a way in anymore. And it just was kind of, you know, they just weren't using her anymore. And that's where Speedwagon comes in. So Speedwagon's like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. We're going to get the information out, and he's going to be stopped, this, that, and the other. She's like, yeah. Then she took a knife, baby, and gave him, and stabbed him, and got rid of him. I said, oh, Allie. I said, okay. So I'm saying, well, damn, what did happen here? What actually happened was Allie took Speedwagon out, because now when she took him out, she was able to go back and tell them that Speedwagon had been killed, and that she knows that he's a plant, which would make her relevant again, so that she could go ahead and really take Kai down. Okay? And then I'm saying, well, what does it matter whether you take him down or Speedwagon take him down? You could have said Speedwagon with the information. I was like, I don't get it. And then I said, okay. And my wheels started spinning, but I'm not going to mess up the review for y'all. We're going to keep on talking. So she takes Speedwagon down. The very night that they were getting ready to do the night of 100 murders, the 100 kills, as soon as they were ending up the meeting and get ready to get everything down, she goes, Allie walks out, Beverly's standing over there, Allie's walking out, leaving, and the one guy says to her, hey, where are you going? She said, I'm just going to get some snacks. She goes basically over across the street, like toward her house. And then she wraps around and she goes in the back of the truck, baby. And it's the FBI. She has tipped off the FBI. She tells them, go and get them right now. So they go in, they infiltrate the house. They kill everybody. There's one guy, you know, because of course they were all saving and preserving Kai. A lot of them were killing themselves. You know, as all that havoc and that shit that they wreaked on the town, and some of them running around killing themselves, I was like, just punks. Just punks. And that's the one thing that I see about people who do these heinous crimes. Most of them always resort to killing themselves. They're nothing but cowards. You know, I'm like, that is really crazy. You do all of this terrible shit, and then you won't face the music. You always kill yourself. That's like usually always the thing. They run and try to kill themselves. A mess. But anyway, so this is what's going on. But the one guy, he's standing there, and I think he had a leg up on the cop that was holding Kai to the floor and was getting ready to blow the cop's head off, baby. And good old Miss Beverly grabbed the gun off the ground, baby, and blew his head off and was grinning. She blew his head off and said, I said, oh, she's crazy as hell. And as they escorted everybody out, the only people who got out was Kai and Beverly. And as Allie's standing outside, Kai's passing by, Beverly comes by first, and she says, you were right. You were right. It only took one little thing to get myself back. I said, oh, okay. That's what she wants to the nut house, child. Anyway, so then they take Kai. Kai sees her and he says, I'm gonna kill you, you bitch, you fucking bitch. I said, oh, or he was mad with Allie, honey. So that was that. So he gets locked up. Next thing we know, we see Beverly come down to visit Allie. Allie's back at the restaurant. The restaurant is rolling. Like, she's making money. Life is good. She has her baby back and all of that. Beverly comes to see her. She has a new girlfriend, this little cute little mulatto chick. She's everything about her is politically correct. And she is not entertaining the limelight, because she actually is like the savior. She's the woman who took down this cult, this terrible, heinous cult. Plus, she's a lesbian. She's a white woman. This, that thing. Everything about her is politically correct. Everything about her is all good, we'll say. Okay? So, Beverly's like, what's going on? This, that, thing, and the other. They're talking. Beverly's like, I'm nervous. I don't know. She's like, I'm ready. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, I'm waiting for Kai to turn over on me. Because she said Kai took and admitted to all the murders. He took on all the murders. All of them. He took account for them all. He took the credit because that's his craziness. He wants to be credited for everything. That was always his thing. He took the credit for all the murders. He was the male version of, remember, Crazy Valerie. So he took credit for all the murders except for Ivy. Except for Ivy. He wouldn't take the credit for Ivy's murder. He said he did not murder Ivy. And Beverly just... Oh, that was the other thing that I left out. That's how Allie threw him off. When she told Kai about Speedwagon, it broke him even more. It drove him even more crazy. Once he figured out, well, he didn't know, but he thought she made him believe that he killed Winter for no reason, said the Speedwagon set Winter up, and that's that he had killed Winter for no reason. So that was like, took him completely over the edge. Anyway, so back to this. So she invites Beverly, she said, come on to the baby's birthday party. This, that, the other. She done befriended Beverly. And I'm wondering, I'm saying, why are you befriending her? She is crazy as hell. So I'm like, but whatever. So she befriends her. They're at the house. So there's all these phone calls coming through. And like I said, there's these interviews. They want to do these large interviews. And she's turning them down. She don't want to do it. She don't want to do it. So there's, the girlfriend and other people were kept saying, oh, you should do it. You're really a hero. This, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. And she kept saying, no. So then the phone rings, and it's a call from Kai. She goes out. She excuses herself. She goes outside. She talks to Kai. Kai's telling her, I'm getting ready to get out of here, you bitch. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to break out of here. And, bitch, I'm coming straight for you. And I'm going to fucking kill you, bitch. You're going to be the first thing I do. I'm going to kill you, bitch. And she told him, you must have got the information I had sent to you. He said, I'm going to kill you and I'm going to make your kid watch. And she told him, yeah, I sent that information from you. You're not Ozzy's father. I knew you weren't Ozzy's father. You're a loser. And you're not getting out of there. You're going to die in jail, and everything about you, your terrible DNA and all of that. Your mother's dead. Your daddy's dead. Your stinking ass brother's dead. Your funky ass sister's dead. All of them. Ivy, that bitch, is dead. Everything and everybody attached to you is dead. And you and your stinking ass DNA is going to die right there in jail. And the world will be rid of all of your bullshit. So, have a good evening. I was like, oh, Ivy. She is so mean. And she is just so matter of fact. I love it. So the next thing we see is this really interesting sex scene. And in the midst of it, it's Kai, okay? It's Kai. And he has all these tattoos and stuff on his back now. He got like a cross. He has the smiley face tattooed right at the base of his neck and all of this going on, okay? Kai's in there giving it to the old black girl, right? And then I had to look real good. I had to actually roll it back. I had to rewind it back. I'm like, wait a minute. Am I seeing what I'm seeing? Yes, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. It's the black girl, Kai, standing up behind the black girl. She's just like a bench there. I guess like a bench. He's standing up behind her, and she's leaned over forward like doggy style. But underneath her is Rimshot laying on his back with his feet in the air. And the big black girl up on top of him. And baby Kai's behind them both giving booty coochie, booty coochie, booty coochie. I said, a damn mess. That's why he was calling him Rimshot, honey. I said, oh, he done made a little bitch out of him. Because, see, he got all these other ones. And, of course, he has them manipulated. You know what I mean? I'm sure one of them guys would have let him tear him up. But it was just so much easier to do Rimshot because he didn't have a little coward, a little punk anyway. Baby, he was giving them booty coochie, booty coochie, booty coochie. I said, oh, that's a mess. That little sex scene was a mess. I said, Ryan Murphy, you are a hot, nasty mess, honey. But anyway, so that's what was going on. So the next thing we actually see, we see that he's watching the television while he's screwing them. And he's so angry. He's banging them down because here we got Allie. Allie's running for office. She's running for the Senate. She is doing everything that Kai was trying to do. She is actually accomplishing these things. After that party, she started to take the interviews. She started going into the politics. She started becoming this person. You know, she's a celebrity. And the people were loving her. And the thing was, in the polls, she was trailing in the polls. And she was saying, well, she says, I think the problem is that every time you see me, you see Kai. Every time you see something, she's like, when we do run our ads, let's take Kai out of the ads. And Beverly told her it doesn't make a difference because whenever people see you, they see Kai. They see Kai. You're always going to be known as his victim. We're going to have to figure something out. And she's like, no problem. We'll get it figured out. And I'm like, okay. So I'm starting to pick up on this. I'm saying, Beverly's crazy, but Beverly, she has it in her mind that she's a leader, but Beverly's not a leader. Beverly is a follower. Beverly is always looking for someone to follow, and believe that she is their equal. But you're not. You're just a real strong follower. She's very, very Olivia Pope, but without the extra edge. Because, see, Olivia Pope literally manipulates people who she gets side by side with the power. And she runs the power, but allows them to believe that they're in power, whereas she's actually running it. It's the opposite way around. Beverly thinks she's Olivia Pope, but she ain't nothing but a damn gopher. Okay, yeah, that's it. So anyway, so we see the black chick helping Kai escape from jail. They get this little guy. They take Rimshot. It's Rimshot, her, and Kai. Kai's like, take me with you. Take me with you. He's like, I got everything done just like you told me to. I got my tattoos on my back exactly like yours and everything just like you told me to. He's like, I need you here just as much as you need me. And he's kind of looking at him strange. And the next thing you know, Kai gave him, had he stabbed him out, jugged him out, tore him up, shanked the shit out of him. And then they literally cut his face off. They cut his face off. And that was the whole thing. They literally set him up so that there would be a dead Kai, and Kai then escaped. Don't nobody pay Rimshot no attention, no way, because he ain't nobody. Okay? But a cum dump. But anyway, so that was that. And then we see the black girl. She's literally walking Kyle. She got him in a prison guard's uniform, and she walks him right out the front door. I said, well, ain't that a trip? So then we go to this debate. It's the final debate. And it was like, okay, so then we look up and we see the news and it says that Kai Anderson has been killed in prison, this, that, thing, and the other. So with that happening, Allie's like, oh well. So she says, should we continue to go through this? She says to Beverly. Beverly's like, well, yeah, I mean, we planned it all out, so let's go. You know? And I'm like, what the hell? So that she goes up and she's going to go do her little speech. And honey, you know, supposedly she thinking that Kai's dead. And we know Kai's not dead, baby. And we see Kai and the black girl coming on into the debate. They're there. Honey, she gets to doing her speech, baby, and they're like taking questions. So in the back, you know, Kai loves the spotlight. Okay? So he stands up, yes, I have a question. And they said, what's your name? He takes his hat off. He said, Kai Anderson. And I have a question. I have something to say. And you see the black girl hand him a gun. Because she down front. She hands him a gun. He gets up on stage. He talks his shit to Allie. Got her at gunpoint. Telling her, you know, this, that, the other. A woman can't lead. A woman can never lead. And this is all going on, you know. Of course, there's video and all that shit. And, you know, you got that. You see the little militia. There's like little signs of the militia out there. Got all the, you know, all the police and everything. Because, you know, I'm like, why ain't nobody taking him out? Because they're all supposedly under his order. And he gets up to tell her a woman can never lead. A woman can't do this. A woman can't do that. She's not going to do that. A woman can never win. This, that, the other. The only thing a woman can do is make me a goddamn sandwich. And she's standing there looking, and she told him very nicely, listen, let me tell you something, Kai. There is something that is worse than a humiliated man. Do you know what that is, Kai? And he's looking at her like, what? And she says, a nasty woman. Baby, and you see Beverly standing up behind Kai, baby, and gave him, because he actually clipped the gun to shoot Allie, and clicked it 3 times. There was no bullets in it. Honey looked over at the black chick. Allie gave her the little nod, honey. And baby, Beverly was standing behind Kai and blew his brains out. I said, oh, blew his brains out. Here it is. Allie did the Kai. She defeated Kai with exactly what he does. She had went behind him. He told her he was talking that shit. They telling her what he going to do. She went behind him, had him all set up. She had it all. The black chick was working with her. She had went down to the jail, sat with the black chick, got her all together, pulled her right on in, turned her against, told him, did he always make light about your weight and this, that, the other? She was saying, yeah. She was saying all that divine order shit turns me off. This, that, thing, and the other. She basically manipulated her and turned her against him, had everybody all rolling with her. I said, she did exactly what he had been doing. Got his head blown off. So that was that. Then she won. She won that Senate seat. And the last thing we actually see, we see her actually talking to Ozzy. She said, I got a meeting tonight. I got a meeting with some really powerful women, this, that, thing, and the other. And I said, oh, Allie, you dirty bitch. Allie, you dirty bitch. I said, and I knew right then exactly what had happened. She went on, and the last thing we actually see, we see her in the mirror with her Hunter green velvet cape with the hood. She is now the new and improved crazy-ass Valerie. But she got it all going on. She ain't as crazy as Valerie. She is manipulative and ridiculous. And that's basically what it was. She literally went and she has created her own cult. And it was a cult of divine order of women. It was Valerie's cult, but she did it in a way of which she was winning. She was winning. She took that stone cold crazy out and just got that old manipulating crazy. And that's how it ended. She's the new Valerie. She got the Senate seat. Crazy as hell. Beat Kai at his own game and got right where he wanted to be. I said, oh my gosh. It was so damn good. So damn good. But anyway, that was it. That was it for American Horror Story Cult. The one they tried to drive crazy, baby, ended up in the power. And Beverly still run around following, being the old sideline, old flicked ass, broke down ass Olivia Pope. I said, Lord have mercy. All right, guys, I'll catch y'all next season.